History and evolution of the computers. Lesson 2. Now, introduction. The first device used for calculation was abacus. Abacus was the first device to use the calculation. It has some beads and wire attached in the frame. From that beads they can make calculation. 1642, Blaise Pascal developed a calculator, and in 1690 Leibniz developed a machine that performs addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So now in 1822 Charles Babbage developed a machine called difference engine. In 1833 Charles Babbage designed a more machine called analytical engine. In analytical engine, arithmetic calculations are performed, but it can store the result and instruction too. So not only this analytical engine only doing the arithmetical calculation, but also the store the results and instruction also. Because of such contribution of Charles Babbage is known as the father of the computers. And in 1940 John von Neumann enclosed the instruction in the language. This is the first person encoded the instruction language, and he was the first person develop of store program in the computer. This person John von Neumann is the first person that developed a program that can be stored in the computers. Now, generation of the computers. Computers are classified into the number of generation, and the classification is based on hardware technology building computers or based on application software. There are two types of classification. One is based on hardware, and second is based on software. And further chapter we will learn about all the generation based on these two. And let's discuss about the classification of the computer as the hardware. First generation computers 1945 to 55. The first generation computers started with ENIAC. You are watching on this picture, that is an ENIAC machine. Then after IBM UNIVAC 1 universal automatic computer built by Mackley and Eckert in 1951, these computers are used vacuum tubes. The calculation is performed by the vacuum tubes. These vacuum tubes was very large and required lot of energy. Lot of energy is the power consuming, so very slow input and output. Because of this heat conversion, then that is the output and input is very slow, generating heat and maintenance problem. Maintenance in the sense, because of this heat, these vacuum tubes are replaced frequently because it is not working properly. So vacuum tubes are needed to replace oftenly, so maintenance problem is there. Second generation computers 1955 to 65. To overcome the difficulties due to the use of vacuum tubes are replaced by transistor. So here is the picture of transistor. Here is a lot of transistor picture is given, and vacuum tubes are not working properly because of heat generation and also replaced frequently. Transistor is small, made of semiconductor material. These are all say transistor made of semiconductor, and also now due to transistor heat was reduced as well size of the computer. These are a very smaller than the vacuum tubes, and also say less heat consuming than say vacuum tubes. Now it is faster than the comparatively. Vacuum tubes are not calculating the properly, but these are the faster than the vacuum tubes. More storage capacity than the ENIAC. First generation computer we are just learn about that. So ENIAC is a say machine where the vacuum tubes are used, but in a transistor it is a more storage capacity in that. It can be working on machine language as well higher language also. These transistor can work higher language also. You know that there are two types of language. It is one is a low level language and second is a higher level language. So this transistor can also working on say languages too. The example of these machine language is called Algol and Fortran. Now the third generation computers, 1965 to 80 span of time. Third generation computers use integrated circuit, that is short form is ICs, instead of transistors. These circuits are fixed on a silicon chip. So one silicon chips you have whenever you open the mobile, the circuit board you can watch in that lot of circuits are fixed on that. And silicon chips consume less than 1/8 or an inch of square. Say these ICs, a lot of ICs fixed on the some chip also, and many components are fixed on chip like diodes, transistor and capacitor. In a one chip you can watch diodes, transistor and capacitor also. Wide interconnection, that's why it minimize. It is a wire connection. Wire, it is a say in a that materials also used as a semiconductor, that inside the motherboard we call it a silicon chip or say circuit chip. Now computers smaller, faster and more flexible in this third generation computers. For example, IBM 360, PDP 8 and PDP 11 personal desktop computer is a say example of this computer. Now fourth generation computers. It is a time between 1980 to 89. Computers are used in a this generation large scale ICs and VLSI, very large scale integration in a one motherboard, in a one circuit board. Lot of say circuit, diodes, transistor, capacitor are fitted in this generation computer. These computers were faster, smaller and reliable. You are watching on this pic, these are the fourth generation computers. It is a say here is a monitor, this is CPU, this is keyboard, and it is a user friendly. We can use easily and say make program in the higher language level language, and we can say convert it in a output. Personal computer, PCs, widely are used. This is called also PCs. And for example, IBM PC and Apple II was the example of the fourth generation computer. Fourth generation also include supercomputers like Cray. See, now process of billions of instruction per second. See, there is a speed of the computer in this generation is so much faster. That's why process of instruction in a billion per second can use weather forecasting and complex application. Now the fifth generation computers, 1989 to till date. Fifth generation computers are smarter in the terms of processing speed and user friendly. You are watching on these laptop and say PCs, personal computers, and here is the example of that. Use storage devices such as optical disc. Optical disc means CDs and DVDs and Blu-ray disc. Advanced software technology in this PCs, the advanced software technology were used in that time. And key feature of these computers are artificial intelligence. And a very question is that what is artificial intelligence? That after somebody has prepared some program or say some invented a hardware, then looking to that hardware we are using that same concept and develop our own hardware. For example, IBM notebooks, Pentium PCs, Param 10,000 are the example of fifth generation computers. Now here is the some difference characteristics of the example, say generation wise, characteristics wise, example wise. You can pause the this video and also read this, what is the difference between all these generation. Okay. Now generation of computer based on software. Just we have learned about the hardware generations. Now same like there is a 5 generation of hardware we have learned, and now it is the same like software too. Now first generation computer based on the software. Now in this first generation machine language are used, and it has having two state only, 0 and 1. You know that 0 for off and 1 for on. So it is called the binary language. Because of two digits it is called binary language. That is the only computers can understand, because nowadays still in a digital technology computers only understand the 0 and 1, that is a binary language of the computers. Now the second generation of the computers based on software. To avoid the machine language difficulties, assembly language was introduced. Assembly language, what is the assembly language? That is uses mnemonic codes or symbols. There is a say in a computers we have at least 0 to 255 character chart, and also it is called 256 character chart, that is called assembly language. Each and every coding by binary digits and placed on that higher level language mnemonic codes. So this assembly language was considered as the second generation language. This language is called the second generation language. Now the third generation computer based on the software. Machine language or assembly language was tedious and provide data and instruction. See, everybody cannot understand the machine language. Mostly we are comfortable with English language. You all know in a computers we are using only English language, and data and instruction can provide it in the English like higher language. We can nowadays provide data and instruction to the computers in an English language. Now computers can translate into machine readable form. These whatever watching on your screen, that is encoded in a binary language. Each and everything can be encoded by the computer in a machine language, translated the machine language. This language considered as a third language is as the subset of English language. All the instruction and data given in the English language, that's why it is considered as a third generation language. These languages known as a higher level languages. We can say that these languages are a higher level languages. Example of these languages: C, C++, Algol, Fortran, COBOL. There are third generation software. Now fourth generation computers based on the software. After the third generation software, programming languages, more sophisticated programming languages are introduced. You all know nowadays we are using whatever device we are using, computers, laptops, tablets, mobiles, each and every having their own sophisticated programming languages, and we can say it is a user friendly, common people can understand like that. Okay, now these languages are called say fourth generation programming languages, and these programming languages are specifying what to do instead of how to do. This is a very say in-depth concept of this programming languages, and that is for example of this fourth generation computers based on the software. That is one is a structural query languages, that in a short form we can say that SQL. One is a C and C++. Now fifth generation computer based on the software. Fifth generation languages designed to solve a problem without programmer. You all know many nowadays there is some programs, from that we can solve our say problems without any helping hand or programmer. Now application that support the finding fault, voice recognition, instruction. See, these are the applications can support say fault, where we are getting error, like in a Windows we are getting suppose we have printer problem, we can start troubleshooting, voice recognition, and also instruction. Fifth generation languages use artificial intelligence, that is short form AI. I already mentioned that AI is artificial intelligence means what? Whatever ideas and say work done by others, same concept if we are following, that is called artificial intelligence. Now it is like a self learning and problem solving. We can use these programs without programmer, without say some helping hand. And we, if we have problem, we can troubleshoot your problem error, and we can learn ourselves. Now for example, OPS, auto programming script, and Mercury, functional logic programming, these are the fifth generation computers based on the say software. We have just learned about the generation of the computers based on software. Now here is the new topic. There is a type of softwares. Software plays a vital role in the computer system. Without software, the hardware of the computer cannot run. It is a bridge between hardware and software, and it is a we can say it is a soul of computer, that without software, computers cannot work. And you know the subset of instruction called computer programs. Whatever instruction and set of instruction given to the computer, that is called program. And process of writing program is called programming. Whoever is writing the program, that process is called say programming. Types of software: two major types of software are there. Say one is a system software, second is a application softwares. First is a system software. System software manages the computer hardware and interface between hardware and software. You all know, without hardware is software nothing, and without software, hardware is nothing. So here is the say system software provides the basic functionality of booting of the computer, managing memory, data handling from primary memory to secondary memory, and secondary memory to computer screen. This all work is done by the system software only. Now operating system is an best example of the system software. You are in a short form, we are denoting it as OS. Now compilers are a translator of the program, transform whole source code in a written in programming language to target mainly machine language, at least one. See, compilers whole program we are writing, when we are writing in the say in a say human language, that can be transformed in a machine codes, or say translate in a machine language, that is called compilers. Now it is a say transform code is later used to obtain result. We can after running the program and machine codes are decoded, and we can take the results from the computers. These programs are called compilers. Now interpreters. See, some translator program transform source code. We have already learned that compilers also translating the codes source code into the machine language, and same like interpreters can do, say into the target code in a line by line produce a result. But difference between that, compilers the complete source code is converted in a machine language, but here interpreters produce the result by line simultaneously. See, these programs are called interpreters. It works with the system software. You know that both the compiler and interpreters works with the system software itself. Now application software, computer also supports many applications like printing reports from data, calculating bills, generating pay slips, attendance, print mark sheet. Many applications are there. See, for these specific work can be done some specific software. Such software is known as a application software. Whatever software is meant for, prepare for, or built for a specific work, that is called application software. It is used for a specific functionality to the user. It can give the special function to the user. Functionality can be used general purpose, such as word processing, like a say relationship we can say application software, system software, and hardware. This is the relationship between the each and every component of the computer. Now, popular computers. Let's start. We have already learned about say generation of the computers based on hardware and software, then type of software, and also learn who is translating the codes to the computer and computer giving the results. So some popular computers are used till world today. Say that is a say till we have discussed about the operating computers are operating with the binary digits, that is 0 and 1. Each and every instruction of the programming language represent the sequence in a 0 and 1. See, whatever audio, video, say document, everything is coming in the digits of 0 and 1 set. So that's why computers are called digital computers, because it works by the digits. That's why it is called digital computers. Now, first is a personal computer. You are watching on the screen in a background, that is a personal computer. These are the most popular computers that we are using today, and easier to use and affordable. It is very user friendly. Command instruction we can give easily, so it is easier to use and affordable. It is we can buy it in a less price, or say a cheap price, and also it is used by the individuals. One person can use one at a time, so it is also called personal computer. Say it is also called the desktop computer because it is laying on the desk, so it is also called desktop computer. PCs are used at home and offices. Whatever PCs used at home and offices, that is called personal computers. Laptop computers. Laptops are portable, lightweight computers with a screen, and they are also called notebooks. And also, say it can be operated with the batteries and carried anywhere. If we want to give presentation in a geographically distancing area, that we can carry our laptop to there. Now it is the same like a desktop PC. It is a features are the same like desktop and PCs, but instead of different parts of the desktop inbuilt keyboard, touchpad, pointing, also known as a trackpad, speakers, into a single unit. On the single unit you can see inbuilt keyboard, touchpad, that is using for mouse pointings, and also it is called trackpad, and speaker also inbuilt on the single unit. So that's why it is also called the ultra book.
Netbook.
Now
it's
next
quite
is
heavy. It has
handheld computers. Handheld is the computers are very say small. You are watching the scrolling. Say it is touchpad.
So
it is used by say it is handheld computer. We can make it on hand, and it is a light pen. We can give the written information to the computers like that. Now this is a tablet computers, and you are watching the video. Tablet computers are very portable and mobile computing equipment, and this is showing the ports of the say tablet, and this is a power on switch, and after switching on the say its screen is say smaller than the laptop and bigger than the mobile phone, so we can call it a phablet. You are watching on the screen, that is a Windows 10 launching by the person, and say scrolling by that tapping on the screen, and say opening all the menus, and it has say digital pen or stylus. Say you can use pen also, and whatever wherever you want to open the window, so you have just tap it and continuous pressing and all that. Properties, opening properties of the say windows here is open by the a person. So this is a very smart piece, and it has no keyboard because virtual keyboard is given So whenever we are just typing on any document, just tap on that, automatic virtual keyboard will come. There are say two types of tablets, that one is a slate tablet and second is a convertible tablet. Now what is slate tablet? A slate tablet is a a keyboard is not there in slate tablet, and if we need the keyboard, it can be added in the say in a tablet. So that's why it is a like a slate tablet. Convertible tablet PC are basically laptops. You already have seen so many laptops, and it has a screen, and it is a folded, so you can open the keyboard by swile the laptop, screen will come, and after the screen come, we can type from that. So these type of each and every laptops are called tablets, and we can swile the screen up, and keyboard will open. That is a hardware keyboard, not a virtual keyboard. You can see the person is watching cartoons on the tablet. Now here is the wearable computers. Wearable computers, computers known as a body worn computers, and there are tiny devices, little devices, very lightweight, that a human can wear it on their bodies and carried anywhere. It can be interact with the computer system also. How can it interact with the computer system? The tiny devices have a connectivity, like Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, so it can be connected with the computer. And example of these tiny computers or wearable computers are bracelet, pendant, spectacles, and also rings. So these are all the small tiny machines that we can wear